So it's kind of fair to say that you're a hairier individual, right? Like, you're not Whitey from Eight Crazy Nights, just that little stomach patch and nothing, because you're definitely got a hairy ass stomach too. But do you know the movie Silence of the Lambs and the character Buffalo Bill? Do you think you would be putting the lotion on, and he makes you shave and everything, or do you think he's just gonna wear you like a fur coat?
He's just going to wear me like a fur coat.
Okay, I just
I don't have, there is absolutely no way he's not just going to go, warmth.
like, is that like wearing fox skin or like
Wolf skin.
okay? On that same aspect, do you like showering alone or with your spouse more?
With my spouse.
All right. Give me an explanation of why, because I will tell you for free that when my wife gets in the shower, I am freezing fucking cold and she takes all the water.
Oh, you have to fight for water?
Yes.
You see, my wife bought this really cool thing, and it's one head is stationary, and then you've got another head that is mobile. So when she gets in, she splits it. It does lower the pressure a little bit, so that kind of sucks, but she splits it. Then I can just grab the one.
Yeah, but I don't want to hold it. Like, if I'm going to have two, I want one on each side.
You don't. You
with
buy
their own
one,
controls.
You don't. You buy one that suction cups to the shower. So you buy a holder that suction cups to the shower so you can go and put it wherever you want.
My shower curtain's on that side. I'd have to put it on the other side. Are they left versus right, or are they universal?
No, you can put them anywhere. It's a suction cup.
No, so every time that I try to shower with my wife, she gets in, and I sit in the shower. I don't stand in the shower. I don't stand there and
Why do you sit in the shower?
So first of all, I stand all day. I'm on my feet all day. The last thing I want to do is get in the shower and be like, oh, and wobble all around while I'm trying to stand still. So instead, I just sit my ass on the floor and let the water run over top of me.
That's why you're cold. Do you know how much of the heat you lose by the time it gets to you?
I fucking crank the heat up. I ain't dumb.
Well, then it burns the person that stands, or burns you when it stands, when you stand.
I don't stand. If she stands, that's her fault. But no, so she's.
So you both sit in the shower?
No, sometimes. She sits on the edge of the shower and like shaves and does all that fancy shit.
That's even weirder. Why wouldn't you just bend down for that?
Because I'm sitting on the floor.
Oh, that's a good reason.
So she sits on the side of the tub and shaves and does all the fancy shit while I sit in between her legs.
I guess that makes sense.
And then she stands up and blocks all the fucking water. And then I sit there fucking freezing my ass off like a little Eskimo child.
Or you could have one of those cool suction cup things, because then you could put that mobile one I was talking about, and you could put it lower, so you wouldn't have to crank the heat way up.
Yeah, but you keep putting it on the wrong side of the tub. I have a shower curtain on that side.
So you could put it right here, and you could just be like, do, 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 while you're sitting, because you can put it lower.
Yeah, but every once in a while, too, because I don't know about yours, but like our shower, not all the water comes out the shower head. There's still always a little bit that comes out like the faucet at the bottom for like the tub.
Okay.
So every once in a while, when I have it cranked, I'll plug the tub and just sit in the water. Usually I scrub first, so I'm not sitting just like dirt filth water, but
yeah.
The other thing too is she'll get me like some bullshit loincloth towel. Like, she gets hers out of the closet, and then she gets mine out of the kitchen. So I end up with like a fucking hand towel, and she gets out first, and she's like, oh, that's your towel. I'm like, well, why do I have that one when I got myself a full-size one? Well, I wanted that one. Then why'd you get the fucking kitchen cloth? Like,
where's the rest of the towel?
Right, where's the other half? Like, I understand, I understand how beautiful I am, but I'm not a baby doll either.
Okay, so this is what you have to do.
Okay.
Your expectations are here. Your expectations need to be here. See, if your expectations were low, you'd be happy she got you a towel. I have learned in life that if you just have low expectations for everything, you're set.
That's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought you were going to tell me if you take the corner of one side and pop it in your ass, you can wrap the other half around, and then you're still mostly covered, and you walk out and you say, see what you made me do? And then she starts getting you a real size towel. But I guess I'll take your advice.
Yeah, take my advice. Low expectations, Kyle.
Lower the expectations.
And that's for everything. If
Does
you
that mean lay down in the shower, or are we not talking that low? Because I already said I don't know how
you,
much lower I can get.
I mean, if you lay down, you might drown because you might plug it up and try to lay in it.
Actually, no. Sometimes I do lay down in the tub.
Oh my Jesus.
I mean, that's usually when the bath water's plugged, though. Like if I plug the
okay.
bath water, then I'll lay
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
But it's really weird because you're sitting when you're in the tub. You don't hear like with the water off. You don't hear a shit ton. But then if you lay under the water, it's like the vibrations through the water. You can hear like so much more. Like I'll be in there with the door shut and it seems quiet, and then you put your ears in the water and you can hear the TV.
That's weird because that's the opposite with me. I put my head in the water and all I hear is the things in the water.
Yeah, Karina tried to blow my eardrums out once by kicking the side of the tub. I don't think she did it on purpose, but it definitely was loud.
It definitely was not pleasant, to say the least.
No, but no, I hear a lot more with my head underwater, or at least my ears in the water.
So weird. I've always heard less, but more of like, so like everything that happens to the water is louder. Like if someone were to kick the bathtub or if someone were to splash or anything like that.
Yeah,
But like the TV? No.
I did not tell you what I walked in on the other day in the kitchen.
Oh no. What did you walk in on?
My wife was standing in front of the sink with a strainer, like a metal strainer, and a paper towel in it.
Why?
She was cutting open her K-cups.
No way. She listened to you?
Yeah.
Was it because you said it on the podcast? She's like, it
Yeah.
was a great idea, Kyle.
I walked in, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, this is what you told me to do. Do you really want me to go buy the shit, or do you want me to do this? I said, by all means, keep doing what you're doing. Can we figure out a filter system for the tub now? So it's not all going down through the drain?
Right.
But no, I was thoroughly impressed in the ingenuity of her cutting open her K-cups.
Yeah, so she's actually doing it now.
I wonder how much shit's left over in the hot chocolate ones. Have you ever cut open a hot chocolate K-cup?
No.
Like, is there just a clump of milk chocolate that you can eat when you're done with the hot chocolate one?
I doubt that. I bet you it's not pleasant.
Why not? Do you ever not mix your hot chocolate all the way on accident? You just have the clumps of powder sitting on top?
Yeah, they're not good.
No, they're really not, though.
And that's what I'm expecting in the bottom of a K-cup.
But would it be empty?
Probably not.
Why not? All the chocolate dissolves when you make hot chocolate, and you stir it all the way.
True.
So I came home from work the other day,
Okay.
and I opened the cupboard, and I found a package of Oreos. And I'm like, oh, yes, I still have Oreos. They were Oreo brand mega stuffed Oreos.
Oh, those are the best.
I was like, fucking A right. So I go and I pull them down. I'm like, wow, this seems awfully light. And I open it. There is one left. And you know those moments where you want to be mad, but you can't be?
Mm-hmm.
I walk in the living room. I'm like, who the fuck left one Oreo in the goddamn package?
Just eat it and throw it out at that point. That's just mean.
Yeah, well, my 4-year-old speaks up, and she's just like, oh, I left that for you. I saved it for you. I'm like, oh, gee, thanks, Karina.
Because now I can't even be
Thank
mad
you.
because that was sweet, but also...
Yeah. So I started harassing my wife, and I stood there in the living room doorway, and I bit into it, and I ate half of it, and I looked at her and said, you know what would go really good with this Oreo? Another fucking Oreo.
And what did she say?
Too bad. Tough luck. We don't have any.
Okay.
She goes, that's the last one. Yeah. The best way to describe that feeling, like, how would you describe that feeling?
I guess I would describe it like just one of those, oh, it was really sweet that you...
No, I mean, like, let's say cookies, same, well, Oreos are a cookie, but, like,
Yeah.
same thing. You come home, oh, we have cookies, we have
that's pure.
ho-hos,
That's
we have
pure disappointment if
zebra
there's only one
cakes.
left.
And you go get into it and it's like, oh, there's one.
Yeah,
Like,
complete disappointment.
okay. So for you, disappointment.
Yes.
For me, I felt like I've been let on.
I feel like you've been let on.
Essentially, I got home and I saw that cookie and I'm like, oh, and then there's like that whole disappointed thing. It would be like if I was standing there getting a glass of water in the kitchen, my wife came up and groped me and it was like, oh, it's fucking on now. And then I make a pit stop at the bathroom to take a piss and I go in our fucking room and she's sleeping. It's the same damn thing. You got me all revved up and left me fucking hanging. And insult to injury.
Okay.
They replaced the Oreos. They went out and did the nice thing and bought me more Oreos. They didn't even buy double stuffed. They bought me regular plain Jane fucking Oreos.
Oh my God.
I'm like, do you know how many cookies are about to get sacrificed to make mega stuffed Oreos with these?
Because I'm
At
mad
least
and
half.
I wanted my
At
mega
least
stuff
half.
Oreos. Yeah. So, thinking of things that are in the pantry,
Okay.
we had burgers this week.
Big surprise.
I know, it's me. Big freaking surprise we made burgers.
Okay.
So, when you make your burger,
Yep.
bun, burger, and then do you put the ketchup on the bun or the burger when you're making it?
Time out. Mayonnaise and avocado. No ketchup.
Okay.
I make the kids' burgers with ketchup. Marnie's burger with ketchup. Rain eats hers with mayonnaise, avocado, and mushrooms.
Okay, so when you make, which one eats it with ketchup?
Marnie.
When you make Marnie's, you put the ketchup on the burger or the bun? And then, because obviously you put the bun on the burger last.
Honestly, I put the ketchup on the burger and then take the bun and wipe it down like I'm polishing it.
Yes.
Kayla, she puts it on the bread and then polishes the burger.
So, my wife called me a psychopath because I put it on the burger and then polished it.
She has no room to call anyone a psychopath. She doesn't even make pizza crust with real bread.
That's true. That's true, but it is good. I forgot your pizza, so I can't prove it. Because I forgot your pizza a whopping 3 times that I saw you.
She calls you a psychopath because of where you put your ketchup, but she's making chicken pizza with no real crust.
Look at who's talking, Mr. Sausage.
Listen, I don't make... Did you know... So when Fast Track did their any topping, like large pizzas for $10,
Yeah.
they didn't have a meat lovers.
They don't do that anymore?
It's like $12 now.
Oh, ooh.
But they had their meat lovers ones, right?
Yeah.
But you can't just say I want a meat lovers. They won't do that. So I went to make one day and I was like, yeah, I wasn't thinking about it. I might get, a meat lovers. And they're like, well, we don't have a meat lovers. What do you want on it? And they start rattling it all off. And I was like, that sounds good. So it was chicken, meatballs, sausage, ham, bacon, pepperoni, extra cheese. I think I put a little bit of mushrooms on there.
No pineapple?
Fuck no. Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. And anybody that says otherwise is just wrong.
I'm so glad you agree with me.
Like,
And my wife is definitely a psychopath then.
but anyways, continue on. Hamburger and ketchup.
So, hamburger and ketchup. She called me a psychopath for doing that. I was like, why? And she goes, because you're supposed to put it on the bun. Doesn't matter. The ketchup's going on. Plus, this way, the bun doesn't get all soggy.
If you make the burger right, the bun will get soggy.
Well,
I like my burgers still to bleed a little bit.
Me
and then it
too.
soaks into the bread.
Me too, but the top part of the bun shouldn't
that's the other
get
thing.
super soggy. And I also usually toast my buns so they don't get soggy even with the juices.
If I use an actual bun, then I will toast it. But most of the time, I use like Italian bread or something, so I'm doomed from the beginning.
Right, you really are.
Yeah, like my freaking bread looks like a fucking napkin by the time I'm done.
Yeah.
Like you're just holding burger with
Nothing.
tissue paper in between your fingers, essentially.
Right.
Now, do you guys grill burgers or do you pan fry them?
Pan fry 'em usually.
Okay. So, in typical TV shows, TV series, and everything else,
Yeah.
Sunday, they show Dad. He's always home. He's either grilling or drinking beer and watching the game, wearing a sports jersey, cheering on the team, however you want to do
Go
it.
Bills. Yeah.
Yeah, one of
that
those
kind
deals.
things.
I don't watch sports on TV. I don't grill food. I don't drink beer. Did I just become less American for that?
Yeah.
Wow. Don't sugarcoat it for me or nothing.
I'm not gonna. I don't sugarcoat anything. You should know this by now.
Yeah, I know.
So
If we grill, my wife does the grilling. And in the nicest way, like I never really learned the finesse of the grill. And my
Same.
luck, it's like, how's those burgers? Oh, they're on fire. They're on fire.
yeah, no, I never
just-
really learned the finesse of the grill. I tried it once when I was camping. It did not go well. I actually fought with the charcoal really bad. It was quite entertaining. I couldn't keep it lit.
I don't think I would use charcoal. I'd have to use propane.
I was camping. I went out and I was like,
Call
I
me
need to
Ha-
buy a bunch of cheap stuff.
Call me fucking Hank, but propane.
Propane. I'm gonna have to probably go to propane because I'm sure it was the grill because I got a cheap $20 grill, and charcoal shouldn't be that hard to keep lit.
No.
No,
No.
but I couldn't get through cooking chicken and it was out again, and I was like,
Like, in the nicest way, like, I don't have a problem with grilled food. I don't have a problem with, food in the smoker. But I'm never just, like, feeding me and her. It's always, like, 4 to 6 people at a time.
right.
So I don't have the time or energy to fuck up the meal because I thought I could do it.
Right.
So, like, I don't smoke meats. I don't grill
Well,
chicken.
what if you practiced on like a day off and just went to McDonald's or something if you do screw it up?
I don't want McDonald's. I'll just tell the kids it's black sprinkles and they can eat it while I go make something else. That's what my wife would do. That's probably how she learned.
That's how you ruin kids.
That's probably how she learned. Oh, that's not burnt. That's barbecue. No, there's just black sprinkles on your chicken. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. No worries.
That's the other thing. I've never understood. How do you get all the fancy ass lines on the hot dogs without blowing the ends out?
No, that's like you're not asking
That's
an
like
elderly
grill-
enough dad.
That's like grill finesse.
We need to go on TikTok.
like
Find
that's
the
after
elderliest
you,
dad.
That's after you shut it off.
Yes.
You start with frozen ones. You got to burn through the ice.
Get a person. So on the note of McDonald's,
So what do you do on Sundays?
Oh, Sundays?
Yeah, Mr. American Dad.
Oh, I didn't say I was. I said you weren't. I
Okay.
usually hold on. Gotta get my American accent. Well, I usually go up there to that Walmart and I'd pick up my groceries and then I come home and I put them away, or the wife does actually. I better give her credit. She's gonna yell at me. And then, yeah, that's it.
Are you from the South?
No.
The deep South?
I had to put on my American voice.
I don't.
America.
America.
But on the topic of McDonald's,
Yes.
so my friend was using the McDonald's app when he was with me.
Okay.
And he was trying to order just a plain burger.
Okay.
I don't understand why. It was quite confusing. I was like, why would you want a burger with nothing on it to start from McDonald's? Well, he got his plain burger because he hit no everything. No everything includes the burger. They handed us a bun.
Was it at least discounted?
No. He actually paid extra.
That's fucking wrong.
He didn't realize the no. He didn't realize the nothing button was a bun.
I just want you to know, this reminds me, okay?
Okay.
I was talking to my mom, Not my mother, but my mom.
Okay.
Because there's a difference.
There's a difference.
We're not mad today, so we can't call her mother, just mom. But remember how I told you, like, we're getting older?
Yeah.
We have not reached the peak of our oldness yet, because I was talking to my mom the other day, and she told me, she goes, yeah, I went to Burger King for lunch. I don't normally, but I went to Burger King, and I got a Whopper, and they're like, do you want cheese on that? And she's like, yeah, of course. And then she said she saw the screen that said they were charging her 30 cents for the cheese. She said, never again. I can take it home and put my own cheese on it for 30 cents.
Oh, she's
Fuck
hit
all that
peak
noise.
elderly.
I'm like, oh my gosh. Are
Well,
we really having this conversation right now?
Okay, she hasn't hit peak elderly because she hasn't hit the level of my dad, who was attempting to argue with the town about paving his road.
Yeah. But I'm like, are we really having a conversation about your 30-cent cheese right now and how you're getting ripped off?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Like, holy shit.
Back in my day, the burger and the cheese was 30 cents.
I should ask her how much it was.
You really should. I bet you it was close to like 30, 50 cents when she was a kid.
Yeah.
Because I remember my dad saying he remembers when McDonald's burgers were like a nickel. And I was like, dude, you're old.
Yeah, my mom's not that old yet. I don't know.
Now there's a decent age gap between my dad and your mom, I think.
Yeah, I would have to ask her. So, legitimate question though.
Yeah.
The groceries, do you do pickup or do you go in and get yours?
Oh, pick up. But you're going to laugh at why well,
I
I
feel
hate Walmart and I hate being in the store. That's the main reason why. The side reason why is because they don't give us bags anymore. So I go and I do the pickup and I make them put it in my laundry basket because I'm not buying their bags.
I can't say much because I make him do the same thing, but I don't have a laundry basket, so it all goes on the back seat because there's still too much shit in the trunk.
Right.
Like, I literally just put everything on the back seat. Gallons of milk on the floor, jars of sauce. Some of them go on the floor, some of them go on the seat. You can't corner too hard because then they roll around and everything like that.
What happens when they roll under the seat when you're not containing them? Do you just never find them? Or you'll find it in like 3 months and be like, oh.
I didn't put the order through. I don't know what the fuck we ordered. If there's tomato sauce or spaghetti sauce under my seat, it could be there. I don't fucking know. All I know is that I didn't put the order through, and if she can't remember what she ordered, then it's not missing.
Perfect.
Logical, right?
Logical.
But I honestly think that grocery pickup is the only acceptable time to have somebody else carry your groceries out for you.
Unless you're pretty old and disabled.
That's what the power scooters are for.
Power scooters?
Yeah.
No, they're for racing around the store when you're a teenager.
I actually never did that. I don't think I've ever actually drove one of them either.
I never did until I actually worked for a store that had them.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't understand why everyone wants to go through and race them because they're slow as hell. I could get up and push it faster. In fact, I think I did.
But no, I was in one of those small towns where they offer to carry your groceries out for you.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it is unacceptable for an able-bodied person to have an elderly person working at a grocery store carry their groceries out.
Yes. That I agree with.
Like, no need for it whatsoever.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If it's, like I said, if it's an elderly person and they're struggling, and maybe the little small town stores don't have the little power scooters.
Right. Obviously, if you have a legit medical issue or you're an older person, you have a hard enough time getting around, by all means. Let somebody younger than you carry your groceries out.
But if it's me or you and, one of our old teachers is carrying it out, come on.
What teacher?
Okay, there are some that I would laugh at. You're right. But
so we went to the grocery store the other day.
Okay.
We were on our way home, and the kids started complaining about the music that we were listening to.
Oh, no.
We were listening to, like, Sirius Satellite Radio.
Right.
Like, one of the top hits, whatever, fucking stations, whatever.
Okay.
They start making requests like we're a freaking DJ booth up front. I'm like, no.
We can't change it.
I'm like,
it's Sirius Radio.
I'm like, it's on Sirius XM. It's not mom's phone. It's not my phone. It's Sirius XM. I'm like, well, we want to listen to this song. I said, well, how's that fucking feel? I said, when I was your age, we listened to whatever came on the radio. As a matter of fact, let me show you how that works. And I turned on the FM radio.
Okay.
It started halfway through a song.
Okay.
All right, no big deal. That song got over with, 4.5 minutes of commercials, including like a Mr. Clean dry eraser, like
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Yeah.
full-fledged commercials. So the next song comes on. I don't even know what it was because as it came on, we drove down through a valley and the radio cut out. Nothing but static.
Oh, jeez.
So we come back out of the valley, station comes back on, but as it comes on, it starts fighting with another radio station. So now it's playing 2 songs at the same time. I'm like, this is fucking great. They're in the back seat. They're like, what is going on right now? I said, well, you see, we're listening to this station, and this station is also trying to come in right now. And then we got in enough of a clearing, maybe. I don't fucking know. Nobody knows how FM radio works anymore.
No.
Where we would get like 5 to 10 seconds of one of the songs coming in clear, then they would mesh together, then we'd pick up the other station, and that would be like a 5 to 10 second to clear. So it kept like swapping between the 2 songs.
You could not have gotten any better of a scenario for
could
this.
not have gotten any better than that. And they're just sitting in the back like, this was your childhood? It's at 100%.
I remember trying to get the radio stations at my dad's house and getting specific ones. And you had to hang because my old radio had a wire.
Yeah.
So I had to hang the wire in a certain spot on a metal hook. Because if it wasn't on that metal hook,
so
it wouldn't pick up the station I wanted. It would pick up the other one.
I am old enough that I remember when I was in maybe 7th grade, 7th or 8th grade, in that rough age there.
Yeah.
I remember, it could have even been earlier than that. I remember going to wrestling practice.
Okay.
On Wednesdays. And I got out late, and so I wasn't getting home till like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And I remember that was the first time I heard Chop Suey by System of a Down on the radio because we were listening to The Nerve and they had their top 5 at 9. So then every night that I had wrestling practice, if we got home before the top 5 at 9 came on, I turned my little boombox radio on and I would sit there and listen to it. And I had a cassette tape ready to go.
To record it.
And I would hit play and record.
Me too.
To record Chop Suey off the radio to try to get it onto my tape so that I could listen to it in my little tape player with my little headphones every once in a while.
Or whatever song, because you could record multiple songs on those tapes. So if you had a moment, you could be like, oh, maybe I can get all 9.
Well, so no, it was top 5 at 9.
Oh, maybe I can get all 5 then. Sorry.
Right. So what I would do is, as they were announcing what was coming on, I'd hit play and record in hopes that it was Chop Suey. If it wasn't, I would stop it, rewind, try to get back because I'd recorded it the night before. Because I was just trying to record it like one after another, basically get that repeat action going.
Oh, yeah, you with the repeat crap.
Yeah, I know.
Like Wings of a
Wings
Butterfly.
of a Butterfly. Yep. But yeah, so
I'm glad that you remembered that. Because whenever I hear that song, I want to shoot myself. So when you sent me that the other day, I was like, thank God he remembers why I'm scarred.
But yeah, so I would rewind it and hit play to get to the end of the one I'd already had recorded and then stop it so that I was ready and go back to the radio so that and try to do it before that other song ended so I was ready to go when Chop Suey came on. But yeah, so my kids are in the back seat like, what the fuck is going on right now? And my wife's like, oh, turn on AM. Turn on AM. I said, listen, I'm trying to punish them, not myself. Okay?
Did you turn on AM?
No.
Oh,
no.
You should have turned on like
I don't even
AM gospel or something for them.
NPR.
Right.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. The advancements in technology are amazing.
Yeah.
And annoying.
Why annoying?
One, they're putting way too much shit in cars, but we won't tap into that.
No, because if we tap into that,
two,
everything's not.
I understand the talk to text. So like where you hit the button and you talk to your phone and it types it for you so that you can send the text message. But anyone that sends the voice message clips where I have to stop my music to listen to whatever it is that you sent me where I can't read it. I have to physically turn my sound on to listen to what you sent me. I'm talking to you, Doug. Quit fucking doing it. It drives me batshit fucking crazy.
Listen, this is coming from the man that calls me every morning and interrupts my music on my way to work.
That's a phone call. That's not a text message. Could you imagine if I just like hit record and I was like, hey, Adam, how are you doing this morning? I just got on this road and this person was a piece of shit and this person was a piece of shit and holy crap, that's a deer. And then just send it to you for you to listen to for a minute and a half.
I would get a lot more frustrated. Because then I'd have to open my phone, go to the messages. It wouldn't be just, answer and talk to them.
Do you use Spotify?
Yeah.
Did you know, at least on my Android, if I'm in the phone call with you, it pauses the music.
Mm-hmm.
If you open your phone and go into the app and hit play, the quality sucks. It sounds like you're on hold and you get like that hold music quality, but it'll play music over top of the background.
No, but I'm going to have to try it now. Because that means I can listen to music and talk to you.
Exactly. I literally do that. Like, my phone will every once in a while do it on accident, and then it gets, like, sometimes it's annoying and you got to go in and shut it off. But there's other times where, like, I'll do that, especially if I'm talking to my wife and we're talking for, like, half an hour, 45 minutes, then I'll do that. But you need to be careful because if it's synced through the car and everything.
Yeah.
And you hit the next song, it hangs up the phone call. So you can't change the song.
Oh, that's going to be bad because I do that a lot.
But yeah, people that send audible text messages that make you stop it, there's a special place in hell for them.
The video messages is another one that gets me.
Video messages?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is sending you video messages?
My wife. So, I do understand, and I give her credit when she's too busy to message. I'll accept it because it's better than nothing.
Right.
But she finds it faster and easier for her to take a recording of herself talking to me and send that to me than to sit down and actually type.
Talk to text. Boop. Hey, Adam, I just wanted you to know dinner's going to be late. Love you. Bye. Let go. Send. Pfft, done. It's sent. And I mean, fuck, I have enough typos in my spelling anyway. If it butchers it, then it probably looks like I typed it anyway.
Right? No, and that so the problem I have is I'm the exact opposite. When I'm busy, I don't have enough time to stop what I'm doing, get your video to play. Half the time I don't have any freaking service.
Yeah, it is harder on service. Like, if you're in a very limited service spot, it takes longer to load that video or that audio message than it does for the text message.
Yeah, I'm sitting there because it's, even if I get the text message late, I don't know the difference that I got the text message late. But if I get the message or the video message and I hit play and it goes, "Hey, Adam."
Listen, I
have to sit there and fight with it and try to get the whole freaking message out of it. And it's taken me so long that eventually I say, I can't do this right now. And I go back to what I was doing. And your message was useless.
Yeah. So that is one thing that I don't want to say I have to be careful of. But like my wife will send me videos of the kids throughout the day or, whatever. And a lot of times I'll have my phone Bluetooth through my speaker.
Okay.
And it'll play the audio through the speaker.
Yep.
So I'll be working and I don't think about it. And she sends me a video and I pull it up and I hit play. And all of a sudden, out of my fucking speakers is Karina yelling, "Dad, I pooped for you." And it's like, looking around, I was like, who the fuck just heard that? Because that's the kind of thing that happens.
Yeah. Because you're a dad and, they poop for you.
Yeah. So, you know how they say, like, when you're training a dog and they do something, you tell them, "Good boy," you pat them on the head, you give them treats and all that?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I did. She would finally start shitting in the toilet.
Okay.
So I was like, "Oh, here you go. Here's a lollipop. Here's a piece of chocolate. Here's that." So now every time she's like, "I pooped for you. Do I get a treat?" Like, I am so glad you just shit the size of your arm into the toilet, and that probably hurt, but no.
Yeah, we started doing that a little bit to get her to do it,
Yeah,
and then we
you got to cut it back.
cut it back. So like we gave her a couple of toys for the first couple of times.
Yep.
And then we managed to just convince her that your present is that you don't smell.
Right. So, the younger two there, Karina and Ira, the other day, my wife walks in the bathroom. They are both beat red in the face, one on the regular toilet, the other on the potty training toilet, grunting, both trying to take a shit. Karina looks up and goes, "I'm trying to get all the mom and dad poops out." And I was like, "I'm getting all the baby poops out." And they basically had a shit off in the bathroom.
Oh my god, that's the best thing ever.
So, like, I could not imagine trying to potty train twins. Like, you know how they say, like, twin ESP?
Yeah.
Like, you get one who's like, "I gotta pee," and they go running in the bathroom and start peeing, and then the other one's like, "Oh,
I think I got it.
the relief. Oh, shit, I just pissed myself." Like,
Please, if you're a twin, reach out to us. We'd love to know if this is what happens.
right, did you have double shitters?
That would be bad.
Double potty training potties?
Double everything. They're twins.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just glad that realistically, I don't have to worry about it. Like,
right.
again,
Not
with that
yet.
whole like sibling ESP, like I could only
Could you
imagine.
imagine if you had twins now?
No, we ain't doing anymore.
You never know.
No, we ain't doing anymore. Listen, we wanted a boy. We fucked that up 4 times. There ain't no 5th time's a charm, 6th time's a charm.
8th time's the charm.
We just ain't doing it.
Just not doing it. You're like,
Not
I give up
doing
on
it.
a boy. It is what it is.
I mean, fuck, Marnie kills bugs. Marnie runs around killing bugs, spiders, everything else. The other 3 are a bunch of pansy asses. I should say the other 4. My wife's a pansy ass too. My wife's calling fucking Marnie.
She is. She's the one that calls her and goes, I need you to kill this.
My wife will be in the other room and I'll hear her yell and she goes, "Marnie, get in here. There's a fucking spider. You need to kill it." Marnie goes, runs in with a shoe.
Oh, that was fun. I like killing things. That's not a sign of a serial killer.
Oh, man.
Do your littler ones love playing in puddles?
Yes. So, you don't have multiple kids, so you don't understand the lack of thought process that comes as you have multiple.
Okay.
So they go outside to play the other day, and we told them, like, it's muddy as hell outside.
Yeah.
I know you're going to go out and play. Please, for the love of God, do not intentionally go play in the mud. Like, go do whatever. Try to stay out of some of the mud because our yard is a swamp right now. But go have fun.
Right.
10 minutes later, Ira comes in the house, bawling her eyes out, head to toe in mud.
Oh, no.
We're like, all right, what happened? So they give us some bullshit story. So we pull up the security cameras, right?
Okay.
There's Rain standing in a freaking puddle. Just standing there. Not splashing, just standing in the puddle.
Okay.
Ira walks around to the side of Rain, jumps into the puddle, and just eats shit. And if that's not bad enough, Rain turns and looks down at her and goes, "Ira, why'd you do that?" I don't know. Maybe because you were standing there in the mud puddle?
Yeah.
Maybe because she thought you all were playing it? What do you mean, why'd you do that? She's 3. Why do you think she did it?
You shouldn't be there. You know what that is?
What?
That's payback. That's Mother Nature's payback to you
Yeah?
for all the crap you put your mom through.
My mom didn't have to deal with much. I was a really good kid.
Yeah?
Yep. My sisters were the real problem, not me. What is an acceptable length of time to run your Christmas lights after Christmas? Like plug them in and turn them on?
Not as long as you've had yours on.
That's not what I asked you, though. I said, what is an acceptable amount of time? Like, when is it no longer okay to turn your Christmas lights on?
They should be down and off the house by, like, January 10th. Let alone on.
What's the last acceptable day, in your opinion, to turn on your Christmas lights outside?
Probably January 10th.
What
You
makes
should
the
be
10th
taking
so
them off.
important?
It's not.
What if the 10th is a Wednesday?
I'm giving you 10 days after January 1st. Really, after New Year's, they should be coming down. You had Christmas on the 25th. You've had a little bit of time to enjoy yourself. After the first of the year, they should be down, really. But I'll give you 10 days because we're all lazy and we're all busy.
So, my wife's birthday is on the 16th of January, and she likes Christmas a lot. Like, she started decorating for Christmas before Halloween. I swear to God, we took pictures in front of the Christmas tree for Halloween this year.
Meanwhile,
Like, I am honestly surprised that our kids didn't go as elves for Halloween, because that was the only way that
now
they...
you just gave her the idea.
If they go for elves on Halloween and we take pictures in front of the Christmas tree, we could send them out as Christmas cards. But it'd kind of look weird with all the colored leaves around.
It would, but, honestly, is it a bad thing to have your Halloween decorations up all year?
I don't decorate for Halloween.
Yeah, because that's the one that I find acceptable to be up just all year. It's my Halloween decorations.
What do your Halloween decorations consist of? I guess we should start with that.
I guess it really depends on what I find. I mean, little skeleton things in the house and...
Like, do you hang
I
up
could have-
window clings
Yeah,
and pumpkins?
not pumpkins, but spooky ones.
Jack-o'-lanterns?
Yeah, that's a pumpkin.
Well, it's a carved pumpkin.
Yeah. No, like skeletons, scary stuff, witches.
I leave pictures of my mom up all
Crows.
year round, too, but I don't color a witch to her face.
Crows. What else is there? I would love, if I could manage to mow my yard, I would love to make a little baby doll graveyard where I put headstones in my yard and then just pieces of baby dolls everywhere in the yard. Just an arm over here, leg over there.
You know the best way to do that, don't you?
How?
Throw them in the yard, then mow.
And then the more I mow, the more pieces there are. It works out well. It's like, oh, now there's a finger over there and a toe over there.
Yeah. But no, so I got to ask this because, like I said, my wife really loves Christmas and all. So, yes, I 100% would guarantee you that if you were to look out the window, our Christmas lights are on.
Oh, I know. It's how I find your house. It's the only one left with Christmas lights on.
But I think that January 10th is an unreasonable request for having them off the house.
I bet you if you look all around you, most of your neighbors have them down by then.
I don't think most of my neighbors put them up. I think a lot of them are still
Easy
up.
takedown.
Yeah. But at the same time, you want me to climb around on top of an icy, snowy roof? Like, this is New York.
Yeah. Of course, you're also talking to me who I've been trying to get back into the swing of Christmas now that,
Yeah.
child is involved. Cause
Right, so...
it was really hard for me before I met Beth because it was like...
No, I totally understand.
I worked retail at one point and I was like, this is all just a scam to get us to buy things.
I figured out the best thing to do, okay? So, I have a tendency, if you ask my wife and kids, to be a Grinch. Like, my wife listens to Christmas music the day it comes on Sirius XM Holiday.
That's so awful.
And she listens to it until they literally take it off of there.
That's awful.
I will get in the car before Thanksgiving and she's got Christmas music on.
And you're like, no.
Oh, it's not even a no. It's a absolutely fucking not. I will sit in silence before I listen to this shit. And they're like, "Oh, it's so good." I'm like, "Yeah, it's not even Thanksgiving yet, so buzz off." Like, no, we ain't doing this.
Right.
So they consider me more of a Grinch. So what we did this year, because they've been wanting to decorate for holidays more.
Okay.
Once the shit goes on clearance, they buy it. So at the end of this year, next year, we'll have all the decorations for all the holidays because all the shit will be clearance. So like after Halloween and fall, like all the like, oh, pumpkin spice and everything nice. Like we bought all those fancy decorations when they hit clearance.
That's a great
then,
idea.
And then just toted them.
I could even buy one of those inflatable dragons to leave up all year.
I wouldn't want to leave. I don't like inflatable yard ornaments of any kind.
I don't
Whether
either,
fucking
but it's a
Rudolph
dragon.
or Frosty or a dragon or a minion. None of that shit. Like, I got enough problems with shit.
Have you
in
ever
the
seen
yard.
the pirate ship that goes up every year in Rochester?
No.
Yeah, he made a pirate ship after some famous movie.
Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah, that one.
I don't know of any other famous pirate movies. Unless you start getting into, like, the really old ones.
But he built his back porch into a pirate ship, and it's really cool. You should check it out one day. Kids would probably love it.
Yeah, I'll consider that. So when
You're
did you...
definitely not considering that.
No, I'm not. So when did you Did you put up Christmas lights this year?
On the porch.
When did you take them down?
I don't know. She did before the 10th.
I'm going to ask her when she took them down. I bet it was after.
I bet you it was before.
I told my wife, I said, I wouldn't care so much if you left the Christmas lights on. Like,
I think it was after.
Probably. So I told her, I said, you got all this fancy, like, Google bullshit, right? I am not suggesting she buys them, but that's what they should do, is you should get a Google light strand where you can be like, it's Christmas, turn on the Christmas lights. It's Valentine's Day, make them all red and pink. It's
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day, make them all green.
And then your whole house is just Christmassy or Valentine's Day.
Then it's the holiday lights. It's not the Christmas lights. It's the holiday lights. I wonder if they actually have those already.
They might. It's a pretty good idea, honestly. Just look into it.
I don't want to do that.
Why not?
Because then I'll have to buy them. You cannot buy stuff because you're ignorant and you don't know it exists. When you acknowledge its existence,
Now you have to buy it.
that's when you run into problems.
Especially something like that, because you know your wife's going to be all over it.
Yeah, that's the other thing, though. So on stuff like that, I have this bad habit
Bad habit. Okay.
of not using proper grammar. And I guess the one that really drives her nuts is when I say, I seen it.
Yeah, I wonder why that blames her. Or I wonder why that bothers her.
But yeah, she'll be like, hey, did you see this? I was like, yeah, I seen it. And she'll be like, you didn't seen it. You saw it. I'm like, yeah, I know, I seen it. And she's like, I'm going to kill you.
I seen it.
Yeah.
Why don't you just say I saw it?
She's like, did you see it? Yeah, I seen it.
But I saw it.
I know what it's supposed to be, but I didn't cut nothing.
So have you ever rented a trailer, or have you just always borrowed?
A car trailer?
A car trailer, dolly, anything.
I traded a truck for a car trailer once.
Okay.
And I've borrowed them, but borrowing has never been of much luck.
Yeah.
Usually it's not a well-maintained trailer. Well, I guess my dad's is pretty well-maintained.
Okay.
I borrowed his. His isn't bad to borrow.
So question.
Yes.
If you ever rent one,
Mm-hmm.
and you show up,
Yep.
and the lights don't work,
Yeah.
or one side of the lights don't work, are you just sitting there going, please just let me leave? I really don't care. Please just let me leave. I really don't care.
No, they ain't paying my fucking ticket. They better give me a trailer where the lights work.
Well, what if you know it's on the truck side, though?
Oh, that's different. Yeah, that's a little bit different. I don't I don't know, do they not let you leave when the lights don't work?
I
Who
don't.
checks the lights?
They made me check the lights when I rented one.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of their checks on their checklist. Did you help the customer connect the trailer? The rented ones also connect weird.
Yeah, I know. I know that they connect weird, but honestly, the more I think about it, unless it's been like my dad's trailer, if I've ever rented a trailer, more or less my wife goes and picks it up. So, I don't know. Maybe they
And
check
you
the
have a
lights.
newer vehicle, so you've probably never had to worry about the lights not working on an old vehicle. But
Yeah.
you didn't notice the right side tail light's definitely dimmer than the left side until you hook a trailer to it and the right side doesn't work on the trailer and you go,
Did the brakes and turns work on that
on one
side?
side?
I was going to say, that's the only way you can get away with it. Turn your headlights off.
That's I just didn't stop.
When they yelled at you? Did they yell at you like, wait,
No,
wait?
not like that. I mean, like, although that would be a good way to do it, just leave and it's not stopping now, bitches. Um, no, like when I was driving, I just tried not to hit my brakes much or anything.
Oh, I've had trailers where lights don't work.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I've had all kinds of. So it might sound, it definitely sounds really, but like I've had
oh,
it.
we've done some sketchy stuff, so it might sound bad to other people. Remember that.
So, like I've had trailers where the brake lights didn't work.
Okay.
So I turned my running lights off, and every time I wanted to use the brakes, I turned the running lights on, so it would light the trailer lights up.
My old my old Explorer, I did something similar. I turned the running lights didn't work, and I had to drive at night.
Did
So
you
I
ride the
turned
brake?
No, I turned the bulbs upside down so it lit the other side of the filament.
Oh my gosh, I've actually done that. It sounds bad when you say it out loud, but have you ever pulled like a plate light bulb or something like that out, where like you're like, oh, it's just a blown bulb, and you pull it out, and then you realize that there's like a little bit of corrosion or something in the socket, and you're like, fuck. And it's like the customer doesn't necessarily want to do like the bulb's fucked at that point because of the corrosion, but the customer
Yeah.
doesn't really want to do much with it.
Mm-hmm.
On the peanut bulbs, and you can't really do it on all of them, but on the peanut bulbs, you can take that wire and flip it around to the other side.
Yeah.
You do it on both and then plug it back in, and it'll usually light. Yeah. It's out of the box thinking is what I call it.
Right. But yeah, it was just that was an interesting one.
Do you know what I'm really glad is gone?
What?
I shouldn't say that it's gone. Do you know what? Streaming services have done me a favor.
Okay.
Do you remember when Redbox was like really big?
Yeah.
My wife is short. And
Okay.
with her shortness comes a Napoleon complex. So she had an Excursion. We still have it, but she used to drive it. She doesn't really drive it now.
Okay.
She lost a Redbox movie on the dash. Like she put it on the dash on the passenger side, and
Yeah.
it went down in like a little slump. And because she wasn't paying attention to see the reflection of the red disc case
Yeah.
off the window,
She just had no idea where it
she
was.
lost it.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I got in and I was like, hey, when you taking those Redbox movies back? She goes, what movies? I'm like, those ones? She goes, oh, they were supposed to be back a while ago. I didn't even know where they went. I forgot that I still had them. I'm like, are you fucking for real right now? The kids ratted her out the other day. Do you know what I found out?
What?
She's got adjustable pedals, fully
Okay.
adjustable seat.
Okay.
Most of the time she wears her boots because she tucks one foot under her and sits on her foot so that she can see over the dash better. Because unless she does that, the pedals don't come up high enough for her to lift the seat up high enough to either not be completely in the steering wheel and see over the dash. Like,
Why
with
doesn't she just buy a smaller car then, like a
with
Honda Fit or something?
with good luck. With all the moving parts, she moves the pedals all the way up, keeps the seat part way down, sits on her foot, and that's how she can reach the pedals and see over the steering wheel without being completely in the steering wheel. Yeah.
Why not just adjust everything? Like the pedals towards her.
The issue that I guess she runs into is in order to get, if she moves the seat up, her legs hit the steering wheel. If she
Okay.
sits on her foot, her ass goes up, her legs don't, and she's not in the steering wheel. Like, it's not like down on her legs.
Gotcha.
And she can see over the steering wheel and over the dash.
Well, why not grow a couple inches like most of us did?
Most of us did. She's kind of out of that range there. And phone books aren't a thing anymore, so I just can't, like, here's
Get a
the yellow
pillow.
pages. Heated seats. She uses them.
Useless if you're on a pillow.
Yeah. That's the other thing that I will say, it's almost a waste. Both of the baby's car seats are in the middle row,
Yeah,
and the middle row's got heated seats.
that sucks because you
It
don't
sucks
want
for
to
the big girls.
Yeah, because you don't want to put the babies in the back because that's a pain to get them in and out. But the heated seats would be awesome for the big girls.
Yeah, in the wintertime anyway. But yeah, so
My
Thanks.
favorite part is still the
yeah, the one button to fucking hit them right in the back of the head.
yeah, that one.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks to the streaming services at least.
Yeah, you don't
No
have
more
to worry
late
about
fees
that.
and movies that I ended up buying because I sat on the dash too long. I will say though, as much as she does drive a truck, I have gotten a lot of truckability out of my car.
Yeah, me too. I can say that about my Accord.
What is like in or on the Accord?
In.
Okay. What is the craziest thing you put in your Accord?
I mean, I was probably up to about 12 tires at one point.
What size?
Like somewhere between 255, 40, 17,
So like a car
and
tire.
235. Yeah, car tires.
Okay, because I know like in the Focus, I can put 4 truck tires across the back seat.
Right. And I could fit about 6 or 7 depending on how I designed
I mean
them.
like real truck.
No, I know.
Like 275, 65, 18s,
Yeah.
and 20s.
Nah, that's pretty good.
I also found out that if I lay the back seats down, and usually I'll put like a little rag or like a sweatshirt over top of the radio area, but I can fit 10-foot poles, 10-foot 2x4s, 2x8s, 2x12s.
It's all 10 feet, though.
Yes, 10. I can fit 10 feet through the car and shut the trunk.
Okay. So you could fit another 5 or 6 feet and leave the trunk open.
If I wanted to. I can't do plywood though.
No, can't do plywood.
But I've also done PVC pipe.
Have you ever done it when you had a passenger?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I did 3 or 4 10-foot poles of galvanized steel between us. It's not that bad. It's shoulder height. You can still buckle. You
Right.
can still shift the car.
Kinda. You're kind of like...
It's just not like the greatest of all time. Like anything more than 20 minutes like that, and it could be aggravating. But like when I was a kid, we had Pontiac Grand Prix,
Yep.
and we had a couple Grand Dams and a Buick. And every year when we went to get our Christmas tree, we would strap it.
To the top of the car.
By that, we'd put it on the car.
Kids.
We'd clothesline. We'd take clothesline
Yeah.
and wrap clothesline around, and then we'd pull it in the car and shut the door. And then my mom was driving. She'd hold one side, and I'd hold the other side, and we'd drive home.
Do you know how we used to... move my toolbox when I was in college and we had no other way.
No.
So I used to borrow my mom's Chrysler Town and Country. I'd pull out the middle row seat,
Yep.
open the sliding door, and then in the slider, like where the actual rollers are,
Yeah.
I would put a piece of wood. I'd push my toolbox up and into the van, get a piece of rope, tie it to the front seats, and drive away.
So I made a mistake once.
Okay.
I went and picked up a transmission in a Kia, like Sorrento.
Yeah.
And I go and I pick it up, and we loaded it. We laid the seats all down and loaded it inside the Kia. And the dude's like, "You gonna strap that down?" I'm like, "Ain't going anywhere. Like, it's in the car. It's not gonna fall out of the car. It ain't going nowhere."
Right.
I got 2 minutes down the road, turned a corner, it rolled over and started dumping tranny fluid right into the back of the seat. Could not get that smell out.
No.
It was god awful. But yeah, so that's how we got our Christmas tree. Was strapped it to the roof, held it in.
Yep.
And that logic has stuck with me.
Okay.
So we bought it was like right after the first, it was like a New Year's sale.
Yeah.
Bought a TV.
No.
Yeah. It was like, I want to say about a 65, 68, whatever they are.
Okay.
Apparently, it was wider than my car is. And I took my car when I bought it.
You didn't come back with the Expedition?
Mama didn't raise no quitter. So I left the driver's side door shut. And I pushed it in as far as I could. And then shut the passenger door. All except for like the 1 foot it wouldn't shut. And then I took a ratchet strap and just ratchet strapped the doors together so it wouldn't fly open, and just drove with that door open about a foot.
Oh my God.
Down through town and back home.
You weren't worried about the TV falling out?
No. It was still in the box. I had the door shut really good.
Oh yeah, because it's still in the box. That matters so much if it fell out.
And if you saw me put that motherfucker in, you'd know it wasn't falling out. It took some real effort to get it in there.
I'm sure it did.
Like I said, I still had about a foot of door that wouldn't shut. I drove it home that way. Rain sat in the front seat with me. She was laughing about it. I brought home a couple bicycles that way. You know those electric, not RC cars, but like the kid RC electric cars? I saw one of those on the side of the road. I put it in my car.
Nice.
Yeah, I think at one point I actually brought a trampoline home that way too.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that was in the Echo too.
In the Echo?
Yeah, it was tight fit. Made the whole car squat.
Is it still up?
Yeah, I think so.
I gotta bounce.
A little dark for that though.
No, like seriously, I gotta go.
Oh, like home?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was gonna say it's a little dark to be jumping on the trampoline. Like that's at your own risk.
I've done worse.
You break your ankle, that's on you.
I've done worse.
But all right. I mean, yeah. We can wrap this up.
All right.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Or don't.
Or do.
Or don't.
Have a good night.
Bye.